Hi, I'd like to talk to you about evolution and how it doesn't really work. Evolution, as you might know, is the atheist's excuse for not believing in God. It's the theory of evolution, and it's a theory. And what first I'm going to explain to you why it doesn't work, and why it's just a theory and not a science, a fact. Because let's examine what theory means. Theory means that you've made up something as an explanation, and that you're looking for evidence for it. And the fact that it's a theory means the evidence still has to be found. And when you found the evidence, it becomes science and a fact. So the fact that we talk about the theory of evolution means the evidence has not been found, and it's just a theory and not a fact. And I'm gonna say why the evidence for evolution will never be found, because it just doesn't work. So let me explain what evolution means. It's this thing that atheists have made up. Because they don't want to believe in God, so they say it's different, it's not God, it's actually animals have just changed, have just decided to be the way they are now. Like, for example, giraffes is an example that they often come up with. Evolutionists will say that giraffes used to have very short necks, and they couldn't eat the leaves that were high up in the trees. So what they did is they had their necks grow longer somehow, and now they can eat the leaves that are high. I'm not making this up, that are high up in the trees. This is what atheists and evolutionists believe, right? So these giraffes were just walking around with short necks. We never found any skeletons of giraffes with short necks, but whatever, they were walking around with short necks. They saw the leaves that were high up, and they apparently just decided to have longer necks to eat the leaves up there, or to have children with longer necks. Now, first of all, animals can't decide that. They can't just say, let's do this, let's have longer necks. And even if they could, they wouldn't come up with it. Giraffes wouldn't, because they're stupid. Giraffes aren't intelligent. If they would come up with anything, they would probably look at the birds and see, hey, they have wings, they can reach the leaves, we'll grow wings. So if it would work, giraffes would have wings, and they don't. Giraffes don't have wings. They have long necks, which looks stupid, but it works because they can eat the leaves from the trees. And God didn't want them to have wings, because if everyone's flying around with wings, it's chaos. And everyone would have survived the flood with Noah, you know? So God didn't give him wings, he gave him long necks, even though they would have maybe preferred wings. Maybe they said, yeah, we want wings, but God said, no, you have long necks, that's how you eat. You have long necks, you don't need wings. Everybody, there's birds with wings, we don't give everyone wings, I'm not crazy, come on. And if evolution would have worked, they would have just said, right, well then we'll grow some wings, because it's, you know, we can evolve, we can grow wings, we can evolve like this, which they don't. So there you go, giraffes don't have wings. Also, if evolution works, why isn't it still working? Atheists say that we come from monkeys, right? If that's true, why aren't there monkeys giving birth to human babies? There's millions of monkeys, and there's not one of them who's ever given birth to a human. That's never happened. Never. In the history of monkeys. No monkey has ever given birth to a human baby. If evolution works, that would be bound to happen. We'll all be going to... There's not even a monkey baby born that's even like a human. You know, less hairy or weaker, which is another thing. If evolution works, they say everything's getting better, right? Every animal is getting better and stronger. But if we come from apes, right? Apes are a lot stronger than we are. If a gorilla and a human would fight, the gorilla would win the fight because he has more muscles. So the fight would be won by the gorilla, not the human. The gorilla would win the fight. If they'd fight, the gorilla would win the fight. Which means that if humans come from apes, they would have said, right, well, I'm an ape now, I'm very strong, but I'm just gonna lose that strength. I don't want that. I want to be a human. I'm not gonna be this strong anymore. Why wouldn't you want to be that? It doesn't make sense. If we come from apes, why aren't we that strong anymore? There's no purpose to losing that strength. So there. And then there's of course the thing that evolution doesn't explain the beginning of life. It doesn't explain how it all got here. Okay, it simply doesn't offer an explanation, because I spoke to people who believe in evolution. I said, all right, where do we come from? And they say we come from monkeys. And I say, where did the monkeys come from? And they say the monkeys come from other creatures. And you go back and back and back and back and back until you're in the water. Like we all come from fish, and then we all come from animals that are just one cell. And I say, right, where do those come from? And they don't know. They don't know how it all began. So they made something up, which is the Big Bang, which they believe in, which is sort of, there was this big explosion, and then everything existed in that explosion. Now, as far as I'm concerned, explosions usually destroy things. If I take a house and put explosives in it and blow it up, there's not going to be a better house. There's going to be a broken house, which is a worse house. A worse house. Okay? So if there's an explosion, that means it's less good than it was. Also, if they say everything came from the Big Bang, then that means there was nothing before the Big Bang. And nothing can't explode. Okay, this is science. Science clearly says nothing can't do anything. If you have nothing, nothing can't do anything. If there's not anything, there's nothing. And if there's nothing, there's not anything. It's a vicious circle. See? And nothing, if you have nothing, you can't, what's nothing? Nothing is nothing. And you can't explode nothing. Nothing can be exploded. You don't see people walking around with dynamite. What are you going to blow up? Oh, I'm going to blow up nothing. No, doesn't happen. You're going to blow up something. You're going to blow up a house that needs knocking down, or maybe there's a cave and there's rocks in front of it and you want to enter it, so you blow up the rocks, right? Or a Muslim country or something. But you don't blow up nothing. You don't blow up nothing. And if you do, there won't be something. There'll be nothing. See? So that's evolution. Put to rest. That's it. Thank you.